If Stranger Things continues on their path, they just might end up being the best show that Netflix has ever produced. All right, it's been a couple years since the last season of Stranger Things, and you know, we come to the group completely grown the fuck up. After the previous season where they almost killed Vecna, they're now on a mission to finally end him. Me coming in to the new season, a lot of the times when they take these hiatuses and take a while before they finish it out, it can be kind of scary because you don't know what to expect and you're hoping that they are able to have the same quality and entertainment that the previous seasons had. And when I tell you that this season did better than I anticipated, like, that would be an understatement. It started out very slow, right? But the cool thing about it is every episode was still worth watching, right? It wasn't dragging like you would expect. A series that starts off slow to be, right? So you definitely were tuned in. Everything mattered, in my opinion, to watch and lead up to the extreme ending that just makes everyone, get a fire under their belly. That was very dope, right? This is just by far the strongest the cast has felt. It feels like everyone's going for the same goal, everyone's in unison, and everyone has their vendetta against Vecna, and everything seems a lot more purposeful, right? The arc feels earned, and like the emotional clarity of everything just feels a lot more impactful. The explanation of the Upside Down doesn't really take part in this specific season yet, but I heard that in the second half of the season they're going to do more explaining on that, so we'll get to see what that the whole lore behind that. And when it comes to the pacing, it was, like I said, it was very slow, but it wasn't like unbearable, right? It was, leading up and building up to the very climactic ending that was just so good that, you got people on Twitter talking about that Stranger Things is better than Game of Thrones, which let's hold our horses here, all right? Like, let's wait till the entire series is over before we make that judgment. But yeah, that last part, and I'm not going to spoil it for you guys because I'm not an attention-seeking, childish asshole like a lot of these people are on social media, right? Something that really pissed me off was the fact that I can't even go on social media without some attention-seeking, childish-ass person, ruining it for me, right? It's like, what do you gain from that shit? Right? Like, you don't gain nothing from exposing what happens and spoiling shows and movies for people. Like, what do you gain out of that? Like, you're just literally there for clicks and, trying to get a reaction out of people. Like, I think it's fucking sad. It's really sad because when I opened my phone, I literally saw a spoiler in it. And having that in the back of your mind, it's just like, it just steals that entire experience away from you. And it's just so fucking childish. And I just have to look at these type of people and just wonder, like, you have nothing better to do with your life, do you? Right? Like, you just don't. But yeah, that's a little rant because I unfortunately didn't get the full emotional roller coaster that I could have had, because it was taken away from me. And yeah, you're probably gonna say you could have stayed off your phone. You know, people are gonna do that. Okay, even then, like, what is your reasoning for spoiling things, right? Like, what do you gain from putting out that information, knowing that people are looking forward to it and want to have the same experience as you did? I'm pretty sure you wouldn't be fucking happy if someone did that shit to you, right? So, you know, that's just my 2 cents on that. Overall, this show was absolutely amazing, especially the last 2 episodes. Will is him, okay? He's definitely him, because like I said, I'm not gonna spoil anything for you, but just know he's the main character, okay? That's just my opinion. I don't care what anybody says. He's the main character, okay? And yeah, I'm extremely excited for second part of the season. They're gonna be showing a lot more things, and it's gonna be a lot more action and things going on, because things have gotten really dire. One thing I wanted to add was the fact that, like, they upped the gore in Stranger Things. Like, they up that shit, and I appreciate that. Like, I don't know, for me, if I don't see enough gore, I just feel like it's just there's not much at stake, right? If people aren't dying viciously, to me, I'm sorry, it might sound crazy, but that's the only way I can feel like things are serious, right? And the Demogorgons, they show up and they're doing some brutal shit to people, and you're like, oh, this is really Stranger Things, like, damn, so that was a cool thing that you guys can look forward to if you haven't watched the season yet, but I'm pretty sure most people have. And it's funny because Netflix, they like to build up to these very climactic parts. That's why they've literally cut it down into 2 parts, so everyone can join in and get caught up at the same time, and then they can release the second part during Christmas when everyone's home, and they'll probably have the most viewers that they've ever had on a series at one time, right? So they're going to be breaking records with this series, and it's a very strategic thing. It's smart, because it probably is their best show that they've ever released. So, that's going to be, the talk, December 25th, during Christmas. But if you guys haven't watched it yet, definitely check it out. Great season so far. And, it's going to get serious, next half for sure.